my Friday live, you know how I did it, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching Live with LWL Lindsay with Love. Today is January 6th, 2025. On a Monday morning, we are back in action. I love Monday mornings because on Saturday and Sunday, I miss you guys. And then Monday comes around and I get to be with my friends again. And wake up call for sure, Ellie says. Okay, well, we'll talk about that. Good morning to the chat. I'm an energy artist. I speak energy. I understand how to interpret energy in this physical reality, and I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet, and I do that by empowering you to learn how to speak energy as well, because once you understand what the energetic undertones of any situation are, you will know how to use that information to actually manifest your best reality. So welcome to the show. I'm super excited to be here, and you guys, are you proud of me? I just did my introduction for the second time in a row. It changes every time, but you know what? Whatever. I just go with what I'm feeling at the time. Maddie's in the house. Margaret's in the house. Marcy's in the house. Lil Saza's in the house. Zubin, welcome to the chat. Bewitching this, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here, you guys. If your fingers are free, please click the like button. If you're interested in manifesting live, if we hit the goal of 11 manifesting balls or hands, whatever the manifesting hands, we will do some live manifestations together. I'll pick a few people out of the audience and we will all manifest for you. And I'm starting something new in 2025, which is, and this isn't going to happen right now, but I would say by next week it's going to happen, which is at the end of the show, starting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you are a subscriber, you get on the energetic wave with me. And if you are not a subscriber to my channel, then we will end it and I will move over to subscriber only live, and the subscribers will get to go on the energetic wave with me. So Monday, Tuesday, you get me for free. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, pay $5 a month to support my content and support my channel, and you get the energetic wave as well. So thanks for being here. Let's get on with what the heck is going on. The perks of AI, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the manifesting hands, VIP Deborah, I appreciate that. True Religion, welcome to the chat. Chai, welcome. Whispery, Trace, welcome. Emma, welcome. Holy cow, so many new people. If you're new and you're interested in spirituality, if you're new and you're interested in energy healing, perspective shifting, manifesting, understanding your energy, you should click the follow button up here. I speak about it Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. People must be sleeping. Is everybody still sleeping? It's a little bit gloomy and dreary where I'm at in the world. And it's been so cold lately. All over the world, or all over the US at least, I feel like it's been cold. Even where I live, in the South, it's cold. So I feel like everyone's still just like, I wish I had one more day, although I did get a good amount of snuggling, you guys. I'm very excited to share with you what's happening in my world. I have a lot of new ideas for content, and I'm getting ready to go through another wave of spiritual awakening, which I'll talk about in a little bit. We have snow here. It's a vibe. I love it. Oh. Snow is not my vibe, but I did grow up in Michigan. So yeah, I never liked the cold. And then I left and moved to California, which was nice. But it's just been cold everywhere. All right, so let's talk about it, you guys. Let me get my information really quickly. I want to share it with you because there's a reason I think, in fact, I know there's a couple things I did to manifest 2,000 followers. You guys, I gained 2,000 followers. 2,000 followers from Friday night to today. Friday, 2 days ago Friday, 3 days ago Friday night. Friday night, 8 p.m. 2,000. That's good. That's good. So we're going to talk about what the heck I did. And if you guys know, I've been manifesting followers. So if you know, like you kind of know, but it's 1 degree right now. It feels like -16. Yeah, no, thank you. Lily, welcome to the chat. Joyce is in the house. Amanda's in the house. Rick's in the house. Jeffrey's in the house. Love Life's in the house. Snow and ice here. No, thank you. Thank you. Our host still has power. Yeah, Catherine, I'm sending all the good vibes your way. You guys, we can shift. Remember we talked about on Friday, we can shift into a reality, a parallel reality very close, right next door, buzzing, where it's warmer, where it's what we actually desire, right? So if you guys are in that situation where it's just so cold, or Catherine, you're worried about the electricity or something, shift into the reality where the electricity stays on and it's toasty and you can see that it's cold outside, but you're nice and warm on the inside, that kind of a vibe. Okay, so let's get going with the show. We're going to talk about a couple of things. First and foremost, I want to remind you how I manifested 2,000 followers this weekend. on a video that I very much like wrote on a whim, and it's like the crappiest lighting, but I said what I said, and it ticked some people off, but most people resonated with it. And I have an answer for the people that didn't. And that's okay. I'm not here to change everybody's beliefs, but I would like to open your minds a little bit sometimes. But I'm also not going to pound my beliefs down your throat, because it's not my life to live. It's your life to live. You choose what you want to believe. I'll choose what I want to believe, and let's have respectful conversation around it. I think that's the power of us living in this reality, knowing what we know about energy, right? So you guys know, if you've been here with me since 11/7/2024, 11/7/2024, 3 months ago, November to December 1, December to January 2, almost exactly 2 months ago, 2 full months. That's powerful. In 2 full months, I started at 18.5 thousand followers. What am I at now? 25? But I gained 2,000 of those in 48 hours. So I started with this strategy because I listened to Mel Robbins, Dr. James Doty, neurosurgeon, interview where he talks about how he has proven that the body manifests. He has proven that our body physically changes, and when we change into a state of living out of the heart, we do manifest. That's why I teach people how to use their energy, because it's really about healing your energetic system, creating a nice smooth flow of energy. What does that do for you? That strengthens your manifesting power. The system is, I have a nice energetic flow, my chakra system. The goal is strong manifesting power. The goal is never going to be reached if you never take care of the system, right? And so I started with desiring 50,000 followers. But everybody knows that in my heart I want 20 million or more. Why 20 million? I don't know. I saw a couple people that have 16, 18, 20 million followers. So I figured that's the most, by the way, followers I've seen somebody have on TikTok is 20 million. I haven't come across any other pages that have more. If you know of one, tell me, and then I'll increase my goal. But I just figured if one other person can get 20 million, if Joe Rogan can get 20 million followers, then so can I. Why not? It's already been done, right? It's already been done. So that was my desire, 20 million. But I said, let's start with some reasonable manifesting, because if I were to go from 18.5, that's where I was at, 18.5. I'm looking at my journal, by the way. 18.5, then I would be a little bit perhaps nervous to go to 20 million. And this nervousness would cause resistance in my body. My subconscious would be like, shut up, Lindsay, you're lying to us. You're so dramatic. You think you can do this, whatever. But by the way, that's not my mental energy anymore, but maybe a little bit. Maybe it would be so subtle that I wouldn't notice it. So I said, I'm going to reasonably manifest. So I went for 50. I went about 1 week. I'm just counting. I've been 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I stayed at 50,000 desire for like a good 4 or 5 weeks. Then one day I was like, 50,000 just seems like so puny and so obvious that I'm going to put it to 75. That lasted for a week. That lasted for 1 week. And then 75 was like, really, Lindsay, 75, that's all you want? Come on, just go for it. So then I went to 150. I just kept doubling it, right? And then that happened for 2 days, 150. And then on Friday was the day where I was having a lot of really strong conversations, not only with my personal self, like admitting what I really want in my life, but also with my partner, right? Because I think what happens is sometimes we get into partnership and we're like, well, if I do this, then is my partner still going to be by my side? Is my partner still going to be supportive? Is my partner even cool with this? Or will I potentially lose this love relationship or lose this friendship or whatever if I go do this, right? So I was talking to my partner. I said, this is what I really do fully desire in my life. And we haven't really ever had this conversation. And he was like, then do it. Okay, whatever, right? Whatever. Probably by the time he retires is probably by the time that I'll blast off anyway. So it kind of doesn't matter anyway. He's like, okay, I'll be chilling. I'll be chilling on the yacht. And I said, okay, do that. So on Friday, I decided that I vividly see, I put 150. I'll bring it up to the screen, you guys, so you can see. I put 150 and I scratched it out and I put 20 million above it. I just scratched it out. I was like, that's a lie. I don't want 150. I actually want 20 million, and I'm very ready to say that. And then on a random whim, because I was like, well, crap, I better post something. I don't think I'd posted on Friday yet when I posted that video, or maybe I posted only once, and I was like, maybe I should post something before I go down, like lay down to go to bed or whatever. It was like 8:30 and we were watching some documentaries, and I didn't really think anything of it. It was a willy-nilly post, but I had this idea of a series in my head. And I posted it, and it went semi-viral. I wouldn't say it went really viral. It was like, I don't know, 180,000 views or something. But the miraculous part of it was not necessarily the amount of views, but the amount of followers to the views. I gained almost 2,000 followers from one post. I believe personally, there's two things that happened. One, I was like, shoot, I better post. And it just came off the top of my head. It was just something that I just typed out. I didn't put any meaning behind it. I just kind of sent it to the ethers. And the second is that I finally admitted on Friday, that same day that I posted it, that I really wanted this. This is what I really wanted. And the universe was like, well, thank you for finally admitting it. We can deliver it to you now. 89 new messages. Holy camole. I hope that is not all message. Okay. Welcome to so many people are joining and then leaving. That's okay. If you are, make sure our timeline stayed warm and safe. There you go, Catherine. Slide right on in. Yep, everyone was freaking out for days. I never would because I knew it would be good. Yeah, exactly. You guys can always slide into different timelines. It's quite simple. Just allow yourself to do it. VIP Deborah, you got this one, girl. Proof, you got this one, girl. Proof in the pudding. I know, right? Totally. And now I'm like, okay, if I can do that, then what's the next big one? And not that I'm going to put pressure because I don't believe, well, maybe, I don't know. I shouldn't say I don't believe. My expectation is life ebbs and flows, energy ebbs and flows. Do I think every single post is going to be a banger like that? Probably not, but maybe eventually at some point it will be, right? The audience becomes more engaged, people become more interested. I don't know. But I just said something from my heart that I believe is true. Now, of course, because it's my belief, it's going to tick off some people that don't have that belief. That's okay. I just had a nice conversation with them. All right. Step 1. Step 2 is, so excited for you. Thank you, Allie. I went live yesterday and beat my fear, trying to show the universe I want it to. Go on, my friend. How did it go? I hope it went well. I hope it went well. For the people that come and join and then they leave, I guess that they don't want to learn their energy. I guess they don't want to learn their energy. That's okay. Maybe next time. All right. I can't be calling out people in the middle of my story, then I'll just be like, oh. Thank you for the likes, Darski. Welcome to the chat. And thank you for the roses. So the next big thing I have going on in my life, I'll share with you before we get into our Florence, Scovel, Shinn. I want to share this with you because really good. It wasn't as hard as I remember. Yeah, exactly. You were psyching yourself out, right? So you just decide everything is easy for you. I wrote, good morning, Nisha. Welcome to the chat. I wrote also another post that said, the more complex somebody tries to make something, it's because they want you to think there's a complex solution, right? It's like really not that complex. And somebody was like, that is major red flags. And I was like, it's major red flags that I've decided that I have a life of ease. Okay. Okay. I said, I can respect your perspective because I can respect that perspective. If you want to make everything hard on your life, I can respect that for you. That's your life. You want to have a hard life, you go right ahead. Dem Kids Mama, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. Good morning. I got my nails painted purple, lavender. Oh, this is another fun and interesting manifestation, you guys. I was cracking up. I picked this really light pink, really light, and it just was not going with my skin tone. And the guy who does my nails every 2 weeks on Saturday morning, he knows me. We don't really talk much, but he knows me. He knows my particular energy. He knows how I want my nails to be shaped. He knows me. And he was painting my nails, and I told him, I was like, I'm so conflicted on what color I want, and I'm kind of like uninspired. And he was like, okay. I said, how about this one, this light pink? He's like, okay. So he painted one round of light pink, and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be good, but it's very light. So I said, let's do 2 coats and see what it looks like. He did a second. It is a robe, Rose and Haven. Thank you for that. It's by Missoni. Someday they will be sponsoring me because I don't know, I'm always in my robe and people always want to know where it's from. Where's my commission, Missoni? I'm like an internet salesperson for Missoni. So anyway, he puts on the second coat and he's like, do you like it? And before he even says the next words or before I say anything, he goes, pick a different color. And it's so wild because I've never done this little lavender color before in my life. And I was thinking about doing it, but I was like, I was really on the fence about it. And I was texting my man and I was like, what do you think of this color, right? Seeing what he would think. Because I do think the color lavender on my skin with my hair is really pretty. But I was like, I don't know if it's going to like translate to my nails and my fingers. I don't know. And he texted me way late. Like he didn't reply. So I picked the pink instead. By the way, he doesn't pick my nail color. I pick my nail color. But I was interested in his opinion. And anyway, my nail guy goes, and I go, oh, you text me back too late. I already picked this pink. And then before I could even reply, the guy painting my nails goes, pick a different color. So I showed him the 3 different lavenders I was interested in. He helped me pick this one because he was like, I think, because you know, it always translates a little different from the nail card, the little thing that they give you the book to like your actual nails translates a little bit different. And I was like, so then when my man came to pick me up for my nail appointment, he goes, babe, I go, babe, we manifested it. He goes, what? I go, I still got my purple nails. He goes, so what happened? I said, we were in the middle of painting and my nail guy knew I did not like my nails. He's like, well, how did he know you didn't like them? And I said, he told me he knew I did not like them because I was not excited. He said, every time I see the color when it's like getting ready to be done, I get excited. I'm like, oh, I love it. It's so cute. And he said, I didn't say that. And because I didn't say that, he told me to choose a different color. How awesome is that? So I was like, well, we manifested that. I love it. Rose Ann, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. They seriously need to sponsor you. You've been giving them customers for 6+ months. I know, and actually many people have gone and bought the robe. That's why I'm like, what the heck? I just tag them at this point. I just tag at Masoni. Anytime anybody asks me in the comments, I just tag them and I'm like, maybe they'll notice me. Hey, here I am. I don't know if like a wild spiritual astrology girl really goes with their aesthetic, but oh, whatever. I'm out here living my best life. Okay. So those are a couple of interesting things that happened to me this weekend. Lastly, before we get into the actual conversation today, is 2 things. One, the Cosmic Collective is open. The Cosmic Collective is open, and the price is going to go up to $49 on the 15th of January. So if you are interested in joining, or you've been sitting on it, I really want to join this, do it before the price rises, please. You'll grandfather yourself into a lower price point. 1. Number 2, the Manifesting Club is open, and you guys know I'm a powerful manifester, of course. So you may want to join the Manifesting Club for $11 a month. 3, I wrote that post about healing yourself. Energy is energy. You heal you. Cancer is stuck anger. People got mad about kids. Kids is a different story. All of my posts, by the way, are intended for adults. I'm not writing for 14-month-old kids, 8-year-old kids, 2-year-old kids. So don't come at me for that. Knee pain is you not moving forward in some area of your life. And back pain is, and neck, shoulder, back, all that is you're carrying a heavy load. You're carrying a heavy load. Release it, right? That was the post I wrote. So if you're interested in this information, then you might want to join the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. It's a twofer. You heal yourself, number 1, because you heal you, and then you activate your manifesting power. Just have to learn to listen to ourselves more. Amen to that, my friend. Amen to that. I truly loved that post. Your nail guy reads your energy and therefore knows you. We all read energy. Yeah, he does read my energy. We actually are a little bit telepathic at times. And it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Thank you, VIP Deborah. Yeah, some people did not like my post, and I can understand that. It was vague, and it was intentionally vague. Some people, and most people really loved it, obviously. 2,000 followers from one post. That's amazing. Now I know, you guys, by the way, now I know I can gain 2,000 followers from one post. So if I could gain 2,000 followers from one post, the interesting part, by the way, too, is I received another confirmation from the universe. I received an email. I'm on an email list from my very first ever girl that I signed up for her business coaching, right? Ever. This is back in 2021. And I received an email, and I swear, I didn't read the email, I just read, I just kind of skimmed it. But I swear she said something like, my Roman Empire is that I gained 30 million followers from one post. And I was like, wait, what? 30 million? Maybe that's not right. 30 million views maybe? I don't know. All I know is I was like, I just had a really powerful post, and then I just received confirmation from the universe that this is possible for me over and over again, multiple times. You did it one time. If you can do something one time, 2, to make it true, do it again, and then keep doing it. Just keep doing it. No big deal. No big deal. I'm going to have to see it. I'm super curious now. Well, I just told you what it says. It's not anything crazy, but you know what it was? It was powerful in the way that I wrote it. And I think what happened is I said something that most people probably want to say that are in the spiritual world or in energy healing, but are maybe nervous to say because of perhaps the backlash. 1, I said that. 2, it was direct. It was quick and to the point. It was just like easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just a do. That's it. Was nothing crazy. Okay, spiritual healer, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. The final thing I would like to share with you, because this nail story just came into my brain. The final thing I want to share with you is that I am about to embark upon another pretty large spiritual awakening. I can feel it in my bones. I can sense it in my body. I've been saying it for a minute, and I know it just based on the way that I'm presenting myself, number 1, the way I'm speaking, number 2, the things I'm willing to admit to myself, number 3, without fear. And number 4, I think this is a big one, is because the nodes are changing. The North Node is moving into Pisces. The South Node is moving into Virgo. I have a sun in Pisces. My sun is in Pisces in my 9th house. So for those of you that are Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, you're about to embark on quite a journey. You're going to have such a huge awakening, for me specifically, in the 9th house where my sun energy is. Remember, the sun is how you shine the brightest in your life. It's your confidence, it's your willpower, it's you, the sun, the light beam of energy, right? And so if I have the North Node trickling back into Pisces, hanging out with my sun in the 9th house of expansion, abundance, life philosophy. How does expansion happen? Do you know how your expansion happens? It happens by opening the mind and releasing the limiting the beliefs that are keeping you in the chains, that are keeping you in the suffering, that are keeping you back, limited. Okay, so the ninth house is about life philosophy and it's about expansion. Doesn't that make sense? Isn't it a beautiful pairing? If I change my life philosophy, I expand. And I'm about to go on one heck of a journey. I'm excited because I've decided that I'm going to start doing some vlogs with a V, vlogs, YouTube vlogs, by the way. I'm going to start YouTube vlogging, and I think I'll do like a once a week vlog, a day in the week of. You're going to find that it's quite repetitive and quite monotonous, and it's purposeful, right? Because it proves to you that when you do the boring, continuous, monotonous thing, you expand your life. That's the proof. So I'm going to prove it out to you, number one. I'm very excited for that. And I'm going to show you what it's like to be a spiritual business owner. I'm going to show you the behind the scenes a little bit and kind of how I'm moving in the day. I'm excited. So I'm going to do that. And I'm doing it mostly because I would like to keep my own spiritual awakening kind of like chapters, right? I want to kind of see the progression for my own personal like curiosity. Because sometimes I'm so into the flow state that I forget that I'm like doing what I'm doing. And I'm like, oh, whoa, like I just accomplished all that in like a matter of 2 hours. Like, whoa, right? So I'm very excited. I know it's happening. I'm preparing myself already. I have really adjusted my diet over the past like few weeks. The last couple of months, I would say, I started getting really back into my steps routine. I started wearing a weighted vest and my Bala bangles when I'm walking in the morning. Getting my 2 miles in at least each morning, listening to high vibrational information, and I finally decided that it was time for me to go back to yoga. I had not been in a yoga class, in any class setting for a workout routine or anything since pre-COVID, and I went back for the first time. By the way, this is Bikram yoga, so it is hot yoga, 26, whatever, and some people have a lot of, there's a lot around this yoga series, by the way. I'm not going to get into it. I will share with you though that during my first spiritual awakening, yoga played a major factor in my awakening, in my Kundalini rising. Because how else is the energy going to start moving unless you're moving your body and stretching yourself and really pushing yourself to how big and tall I can make myself. I expect that I will grow an inch or two because my spine will not be so compacted. So I'm just going to bring you along on my journey. I think that it's starting now. It really is starting now. And it's going to continue. And I think the big like burst will be like June 2025. June 2025. Because that's when we're going to see the North Node goes into Pisces on the 11th of January. So in 5 days. So we're already going to see that enter. And then June, it makes this beautiful trine with Jupiter in the first house, in my first house, sorry, not in the first house, in my first house in Cancer. So I have this energy of abundance in the area of I am, how I approach life, how people perceive me. And I have this node energy, my soul's evolution, where at my dharma, where I'm really meant to be receiving and experiencing fruition in my ninth house of expansion. Are you guys ready for the ride? Because I am. I'm really ready, and I'm going to bring you along. I'm going to give you the highs, the lows, the in-betweens. You don't expect me to be crying on film. I don't really ever cry anymore because I recognize and process my emotions. Well, I shouldn't say I don't ever cry anymore. I do cry sometimes. It's not going to be very super dramatic from a low perspective, but I will share what I feel like are maybe failures or where I could have like really amped up in my energy and might have missed or something like that. All right, let's see what's going on in the comments. Yay, I love long content, Lindsay. Thanks, Ellie. VIP Deborah says, I'm going to have to look. I think my sun is in the ninth house too. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's not so much where your sun is, it's where Pisces is in your chart. Where is Pisces? VIP Deborah, Pisces for you, what are you, Virgo rising? So Pisces is your seventh house. Relationships. Ooh, powerful because you're becoming a healer in this 2025 year. So you're building more relationships, you're helping more people, right? I think, if I remember correctly, your chart, because I feel like I look at your chart often. I don't know why. I think because I did so many of yours, right? Yours and Mark's. Allie says, my Pisces sun, hubby Virgo sun, should be interesting, Get ready. Get ready for expansion, you guys. Sun is in the ninth house too. Look where Pisces is in your chart. This is very specific for me because my sun is in the ninth house in Pisces, but the node is moving into Pisces, the north node. So you want to look at where the North Node is in your chart. Where is that? Where Pisces is in your chart. Where is Pisces in your chart? That's the area that's going to be affected most. Ali says, I just started yoga and Pilates has been amazing. I hope yoga has been for you also. Yeah, yoga is great. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited too, you guys. And I'm excited too because I think it's going to help me build out my YouTube channel, of course, right? People want to know what the heck's going on. And it's like, this is a day in the life of a spiritual business owner. This is what I'm doing all day. Here I am eating my cottage cheese. Here I am drinking my spirulina. I think it's going to be some voiceover. It's going to be mostly like silent film and then voiceover. That's my idea. Because then I can just film throughout the day and like whatever noise is in the background, I'm just going to cut it and then I can just film. So, that's what I have going on for you guys. I will show you how I time block my days. It's going to be always a little bit different just depending on my creativity in the moment, right? In the moment. So I'll let that be what it is. I just had the craziest deja vu moment just right now. Oh my gosh. I've done this before. Okay. Just had the craziest deja vu. It's just like, when you get deja vu, do you feel that? It's like a quick out of body experience for me. It's just like, whoa, whoa. That was wild. All right. But I love it nonetheless. Life is good. Still learning how to read this chart. Pisces split between 4th and 5th house. Pisces then is your 4th house ruler. Pisces is in my 5th house. Ooh, Catherine. 5th. Really quickly, Catherine. 5th house. Creativity, entrepreneurship, romance, children, life's pleasures. 5th house. Just so you're aware. Kay, spiritual healer, if you are overwhelmed by your birth chart, I do offer a birth chart analysis, a full analysis. It's the last one I wrote is 44 pages. 44 pages, count them. But I love them. I love doing it nonetheless. I really do. And if you're interested in that, then you should check it out. It's called the Know Thyself Birth Chart Report. Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah, you should get it soon. Get it soon. I offer, you guys, by the way, I offer Klarna and Afterpay and all those like break up the payments for everything I offer. So please get the information now, because I meant to, let me just check before I say it. I meant to increase the price on January 1st of that report because it's only $279 for 44 pages of my personal expertise into your report. But I feel like I did not actually raise the price now that I think about it. So, I mean, if you want it, you should get it sooner than later because, yeah. Let me just look really quickly at my catalog of products because I meant to raise the price. Express. Nope, I didn't raise it yet. So get in while the getting is good. I'll raise it by Friday, I guess. I'll raise it on the 15th. It's gonna go up to $333. Less than $10 a page for my expert brain energy. Yes, ma'am, can't wait for it. Go big or go home. Oh, I missed astrology. It stopped too. Must be growth season now. Yeah. Just allow it to be what it is, Allie. Allow it to be what it is. The lighting is just poor at best here. All right, let's see if we can get some. It's so gloomy. What's going on? Oh, wow. I should be recording today. Look at this energy. The gloomiest days give the best lighting. Okay. Let's talk about Florence, Scovel, Shinn. You guys have just been chatting all morning. I missed you guys, and I just felt like I had such an exciting weekend. Although it was a lot of rest, I do see how I'm getting ready to fully step into a new energy, and I'm very excited for that. And I just wanted to share it with you. And I'll take you on my journey. Let's get going. This is the game of life and how to play it. Florence, Scovel, Shinn. If you know, you know. If you've been hanging out with me, we're at 56% of the book. So let's see. Okay, so the next chapter is love. Love. Lots of people, everybody wants to be loved by themselves and others. It's no surprise. Love, health, money. Love, health, wealth, which equals abundance, money, prosperity, abundance of all things. Good. My energy is so infectious, so good for the soul. That is so sweet. VIP, Catherine says to VIP, Deborah, working on being the best of me to make my manifestations happen. You guys got it, you guys. Keep going. Everybody that's in the Cosmic Collective is going with me. You have to go with me. You're connected to me. So you have to go with me. It's how energy works, right? It's how it works. But I'll probably say something like that and piss some more people off on the internet, but it's almost kind of like interesting. It's interesting because I can very quickly tell people that are going to have a very abundant, joyful, fulfilled life, and I can tell the people that are like making life hard for themselves because maybe they were taught that it has to be hard or something like that. I was thinking about my dad over the weekend, as I do. He is energetically, he's energy, but he is not in the physical any longer. And before we get into this love conversation, and he manifested something in his life. He used to tell us when we were little, life is a B, B-I-T-C-H, life's a B and then you die. That's what he used to say when we were little kids. Life's a B and then you die. I would always tell him, stop saying that. Like, that's not true. Stop saying that, right? But that was like one of his funny ha-ha jokes. And remember, Florence Scovel Shinn told us that the subconscious does not know joking. Even if it was a joke, the subconscious doesn't know. And if you keep telling yourself and telling yourself and telling yourself and telling yourself and telling yourself, you want to know what happened to my dad? He worked his butt off to support. Whoa. Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? That was so weird. He worked his booty off to support my family. My mom worked too as well, of course. But he worked his butt off. He retired, and then he passed away. Like, literally, like, barely, like, a month or two, a year of retirement. So he manifested that. So you have to be very mindful about the subconscious programming. I don't mean to go into that story today, but I just want to remind you of how powerful the subconscious is. And the subconscious is our servant. But we have to program it to be the proper servant. So, oh my gosh, it was a garbage truck outside. I thought it sounded like pipes like bursting in our house. That was so wild. But it was just like a really loud garbage truck, like the hydraulics or something weird. Okay. So he says, so she says, every man on this planet is taking his initiation in love. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another. Ospensky states in Tertium Organum, which is a wild book, I'm reading it now, that love is a cosmic phenomenon and opens to man the fourth dimensional world. That is so true. The world of wonder, wondrous. Of course, love is how you manifest. So, and Dr. James Doty, the man who helps us write our manifestations, who taught us the routine, he says you move from fear into love, from the parasympathetic to the sympathetic, or maybe the backwards way. I'm not sure because I don't have the medical jargon in my brain. But he says you move from a place of fear, blocked root chakra energy, to a place of love. How do you get to love? How do you get energy in the most powerful way to your heart chakra? You heal your root chakra, and then you heal your sacral chakra, and then you heal your solar plexus chakra, and then guess what? The heart is next. So you have to have strong bottom three chakras to even get the strongest energy to your heart where you manifest. But let's not stop there. Let's go to the throat chakra so we can speak what we really want to say, so we can communicate authentically, so we can share our wisdom and our knowledge with others. And then we go to the third eye where we get our intuitive insights, where we are our spiritual essence, right? And then we get connected through the crown to God, Source, Universe, Creator. So we receive the messages in, we receive the energy of the healing earth, and then the energy is like, okay? So love is a cosmic phenomenon that opens to man the fourth dimensional world. Everybody wants something, but are you willing to put in a little bit of consistent effort, to get that thing? That's the question, okay? Goes on to say, real love is selfless and free from fear. It pours itself out of the object of its affection without demanding any return. Its joy is in the joy of giving. Love is God in manifestation and the strongest magnetic force in the universe. Dr. James Doty says, he's a neurosurgeon, he says, we move from a state of fear to a state of love physically. Now, not just, of course, energetically too, because remember, your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, all four components are you. So it's not just a physical thing, and it's not just a spiritual thing, and it's not just a mental thing, and just an emotional thing. It's all the things. It's all the things. That's why celebrities who seemingly have it all, physical appearance, you know, they have the love, they have the celebrity boyfriend, husband, wife, they have all the money of the world, and they're in rehab, in and out of rehab, overdosing, accidental death, and all these things because they're missing the spiritual component. So it's all things, right? It's all things. Or they sold their soul, but we're not going to talk about that today. Okay. So she goes on to say, so she gives examples of like love and how we can either bring it to us or we repel it away. She says, for example, a woman came to me in deep distress. The man she loved had left her for other women and said he never intended to marry her. She was torn with jealousy and resentment and said she hoped he would suffer as he made her suffer, and added, how could he leave me when I loved him so much? And I replied, which this is Florence, Scovel, Shinn, The Game of Life and How to Play It. So Florence replied, you are not loving that man, you are hating him, and added, you can never receive what you have never given. Give a perfect love and you will receive a perfect love. Perfect yourself on this man. Give him a perfect, unselfish love, demanding nothing in return. Do not criticize or condemn, and bless him wherever he is. She replied, no, I won't bless him unless I know where he is. Well, I said, that is not real love. When you send out real love will return to you, either from this man or his equivalent. For if this man is not the divine selection, you will not want him. So a lot of people come to me and they say, how do I manifest my ex back? And I'm like, why don't you work on pouring total love into yourself? Because what's going to happen is you're going to go into a frequency that is here, higher up here, because you've worked on loving yourself and healing yourself, managing your energy in the chakra system inside the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course, $77 to heal yourself. How cheap is that? It's cheaper than the EpiPen your doctor's going to make you buy. And your ex is still down here. And then all of a sudden you're full of self-love, you're full of compassion for others, you're full of respect and intuition and understanding, and you're like, oh, actually I don't want him back, or her back, or all the other pronouns back. So when you send out real love will return to you either from this man or his equivalent, for if this man is not the divine selection, you will not want him. As you are one with God, you are one with the love which belongs to you by divine right. Now, remember you guys, Florence, Scovel, Shinn, I don't do God, love, so I do God, love, source, universe, creator. Pick a label. I don't care what you call it. It's an energy. In my beliefs, with my own discernment, use your own critical thinking skills and your own experience. This is my experience. I don't give it a label to you on the internet because I know a lot of people have issues with labels around that energy. So I just talk about God, source, universe, creator, energy, whatever you want to call it. I have my own personal label, okay? So she takes scripture and ideas from the Bible and she translates to energy. So that sometimes she says God, we talk about Jesus, she talks about Jesus. That's why, okay? That's why. She says, several months passed and matters remained about the same, but she was working conscientiously with herself. I said, when you are no longer disturbed by his cruelty, he will cease to be cruel, as you are attracting it through your own emotions. Then I told her of a brotherhood in India who never said good morning to each other. They use these words, I salute the divinity in you. They saluted the divinity in every man and in the wild animals in the jungle, and they were never harmed, for they saw only God in every living thing. I said, salute the divinity in this man, and said, I see your divine self only. I see you as God sees you, perfect, made in his image and his likeness. She found she was becoming more poised, gradually losing her resentment. He was a captain, and she always called him the Cap. One day she said suddenly, God bless the Cap wherever he is. I replied, now that is real love, and when you have become a complete circle, energy, and are no longer disturbed by the situation, unmovable because your energy is powerful, you will have his love or attract its equivalent. And goes on to, and then she receives a letter saying they're married, and Florence asks what happened, and she says, oh, a miracle. One day I woke up and all the suffering had ceased. I saw him that evening and he asked me to marry him. We were married in about a week. I've never seen a more devoted man. There's an old saying, no man is your enemy, no man is your friend, every man is your teacher. Powerful. Powerful. So let's see. That was a fun story. And then let's see what I've quoted. So then she goes on to talk about love of money. Oh, okay, let's see. So we talk about love. Now we're going to talk about money. It's powerful because everybody wants more money. Admit to yourself, you guys, it's okay to be spiritual and want more money. It's okay. For a long time I thought, oh my gosh, I'm spiritual. I can't be rich and spiritual. That wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good. But then I was like, actually, if I have money, I have more time. If I have more money flowing to me, that means I have more time to learn, which means I have more time to teach and share my knowledge, right? So it's actually really good. because it gives me the opportunity to have more time to delve into this and become a better teacher, to share the wisdom I have. So allow yourself to want more money. You can claim it right now. Say it out loud. I want more money, and that is okay. I want more money, and that is okay. Give me money. I want money, right? Good morning. VIP Mallory is in the house. Thank you. You know what happened? I turned the lighting. It's actually so dreary outside, but I pulled the shades just ever so, and I'm just like, like that. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the compliment. All right. So she says, she talks about artists being poor. She says, okay, let's start here. No man can attract money if he despises it. By the way, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence, Scovel, Shinn. She speaks energy. I speak energy. This is really powerful information. Let it hit your soul. Just chill out. Don't judge it. Just hear it. Right? Could you practice today not judging anything and just hearing it instead? Because if you start to learn how to hear, really hear, you'll start to understand what people are actually saying to you versus what they're speaking to you, if that makes sense. You can hear the energy of the words. When I started working with my private clients at first, I would do this exercise with them. And I would say this affirmation back to me 3 times. Say it to me. Say this one to me 3 times. Actually, say this one to me 3 times, this one to me 3 times, this one to me 3 times. I want to hear how you say it. And then I said, now judge yourself. Do you believe, what's the hardest one for you to say? And what's the easiest one for you to say? And they would say, this one is this. I go, no, that's not true. You're faking it. I can hear the ever so slightest little influx in your voice, in your tone, that says you don't believe anything you're saying to me right now. So I said, this is the affirmation we're going to work on, and we're going to bring it into life for you. Good morning, Bex. Welcome to the chat. VIP Deborah says, Dad's there. I got chills. I feel him say good morning, Lindsay. Yeah, my dad's always with me, you guys. He is one of my guides. He's one of my guides. You can do it, Mel Al. Kay says, well, I started reading that book. I've had it for almost 15 years. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome. Welcome, Kay. This is beautiful confirmation for you, actually. You probably know this because your name says spiritual healer, but confirmation through me to you, which happens all the time on these TikTok lives, all the time. Somebody new comes in, says like, oh my gosh, I needed to hear that. I said, well, I am your messenger. Well, welcome to the club. Welcome to the chat. Maybe you want to join the Cosmic Collective. Maybe you want to join the Manifesting Club. Maybe you want to hang out with me in one of my healing courses or learn Reiki from me, whatever it is you want from me. Welcome. It's confirmation for you. The Game of Life and How to Play It. We're going to continue on. Thank you for the follow, Deidre. Welcome. Bex, The Game of Life and How to Play It. M. Allie, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. That's how I got here too. That's how almost everybody got here. Welcome. Here I am. All right. She says, no man can attract money if he despises it. Many people are kept in poverty by saying, money means nothing to me, and I have a contempt for people who have it. Admit, say it out loud if you can. I dare you. I dare you to say it out loud wherever you're at. I want more money, and that is okay. Ooh, she said it. The spiritual girl on the internet said it. What are you going to do with it? It's an energy, guys. It's an energy. What are you going to do with it? If you just want more money for super selfish reasons, to just like live some lavish lifestyle where you don't actually help anybody and you just want the money, you're going to lose it eventually, right? Because it's a path of service to self versus a path of service to others. But if you want more money, this is why I want more money. I want more money every single day, because the more money I have, the more time I have, right? If I have more money, I have more time. And if I have more time, I get to read more. I get to meditate more. I get to put into words my courses, and I have more time to create to help you, right? So do you see? It's just an energy. It's just currency. Why do they call it currency? What is energy? A current? Why do they call it currency? Is there like anybody? Right? It's quite obvious. It's in your face, but you don't think of it like that. You call it money. You don't call it currency. You call it money. But it's an energetic exchange. That's all it is. So let's keep reading. What does Florence tell us? She says, this is a reason so many artists are poor. Their contempt for money separates them from it. I remember hearing one artist say of another, he's no good as an artist. He has money in the bank. This attitude of mind, of course, separates man from his supply. He must be in harmony with a thing in order to attract it. Money is God in manifestation. as freedom from want and limitation, but it must always be kept in circulation and put to right uses. Hoarding and saving react with grim vengeance. This does not mean that man should not have houses and lots, stocks and bonds, for the barns of the righteous man shall be full. It means man should not hoard even the principal if an occasion arises where money is necessary. In letting it go out fearlessly and cheerfully, he opens the way for more to come in. For God in man's unfailing and for God is man's unfailing and inexhaustible supply. I tell you guys all the time, or I like to remind you, I shouldn't tell you, I don't like to tell you anything, but I like to remind you that the universe is abundant for everybody. Look at all the trees on the planet. Look at all the blades of grass. Look at all the grains of sand. That is abundance. What is it? It's energy. My pie is floating in the ethers, and I'm taking bites of it every day. And your pie is floating in the ethers, and you're deciding if you're going to eat it or not. And my pie and your pie have the same limitless opportunity. What is the cap you're putting on your brain, right? If you're saying, I only want to be a 1 millionaire, then you'll be a 1 millionaire if you're really focused in on that. But if you want to be a multi-millionaire, I tell myself all the time, I'm a happy spiritual multi-millionaire. I am a happy spiritual multi-millionaire because I am. Allow it to be. So my multi-millions are in the ethers floating around, and they just want me to, and sometimes I bring them in and I use that money to make more money, and sometimes I use it to give to a store or to give to a GoFundMe or to a donation or to buying a book to read, something that's going to fill my brain so that I can monetize my unique gifts and talents and bring more money in. It's just an energy, okay? TJ, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. I want money so I can continue my work in my field of service. Yep, exactly, same. I want more money so I can create more space to breathe. Yep, you got it. So start breathing and creating that space now, Donna Joe. You got this. All right, so she goes on to say, she says, this is the spiritual attitude towards money, and the great bank of the universe never fails. We see an example of hoarding in the film The Money Greed. Okay. We see an example of hoarding in the film production of Greed. I don't think I've ever seen this film, but she says, the woman won $5,000 in a lottery but would not spend it. She hoarded and saved, let her husband suffer and starve, and eventually she scrubbed floors for a living. She loved the money itself and put it above everything. And one night she was murdered and the money was taken from her. This is an example of where love of money is the root of all evil. Money in itself is good and beneficial, but used for destructive purposes, hoarded and saved, or considered more important than love, brings disease and disaster and the loss of the money itself. Follow the path of love and all things are added. For God is love and God is supply. Follow the path of selfishness and greed, and the supply vanishes or man is separated from it. My friend asked me the other day, he goes, if energy works the way that you say it does, then why do super kind of evil people have so much money and so much power? And I said, you can think that, but at the end of the day, these people that are evil with a lot of money and power will always fall. They will always fall. Just look throughout history. They always fall. So you're seeing a pattern, but you're not really looking at it fully for what it is, because they're using it on the path of service to self. If you were to switch over to the path of service to others and trust that as you willingly give, you graciously receive. I willingly give. Every day I willingly give to all of you. Listening Monday through Friday, watching replays on my YouTube, giving free content of the powerful knowledge I know as posts on TikTok. I willingly give. And I also graciously receive in the form of people in my spiritual community, people inside of the Manifesting Club, people that buy my astrology reports, people that want to become a Reiki master through my teachings, people that are ready to stop playing small and they join the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course for only $77. It was very, very reasonable. And I give and I give. And I trust that as I give, I receive. But sometimes I say times 10. Because why not? Why not times 10 your money? 10 times it. Yeah, karma will get them in the end. Exactly. Beck says, I want more money so I don't have to work extra jobs and take my family on vacations. Well, live that life already. TJ, thank you for, okay, we're there. All right, we're caught up. So she goes on to say, for example, I knew the case of a very rich woman who hoarded her income. She rarely gave anything away, but bought and bought and bought and bought things for herself. She was very fond of necklaces, and a friend once asked her how many she possessed. She replied 67. She bought them and put them away, carefully wrapped in tissue paper. Had she used the necklaces, it would have been quite legitimate, but she was violating the law of use. Her closets were filled with clothes she never wore and jewels which never saw the light. The woman's arms were gradually becoming paralyzed from holding on to things, and eventually she was considered incapable of looking after her affairs, and her wealth was handed over to others to manage. So man, in ignorance of the law, brings about his own destruction. It's an energy. Everything is energy. That's why if you're ready for something new in your closet, get rid of the crap from 10 years ago that you haven't worn in 8 years ago, since 8 years ago. Let it go so you can bring newness in. Truly let it go. Now, if you're using it every day, like the woman in the story, she wasn't using it every day. If you're using it every day, it's valid, right? I have a nice bag. I didn't let myself use it for a long time. I was worried. I'm like, oh, it's so nice. Like if it gets rain on it, if it gets water, if a waitress accidentally bumps a wine on it, it's going to get ruined. And it's nice. And finally I said, you know what? If I want more of this niceness, I have to bring out and use and appreciate what I already have. I know the flow of materials is very simple. Let some go so newness can come in. Let some go so newness can come in. The message I didn't know I needed today, Catherine. Yeah, mind blown. Oh, Catherine, very fitting actually for your life. Wow. Yeah, that was good. That was good for you. Ellie says, not be going room by room, getting rid of things that aren't serving me in my life now. Yeah. I mean, it's not just like a Marie Kondo thing, you guys. It's energy. It's energy. When you learn how to speak energy on the material plane, on the emotional plane, the mental, the physical, you go up, up, up. You figure it out, right? So she goes on to say, all diseases, all unhappiness come from the violation of the law of love. I'm going to say it again. All diseases. This is why people got pissed off, by the way. People got pissed off on my post when I said cancer equals stuck anger. I wasn't talking about little kids. If it's little kids, it's because of past lives and karmic contracts. Energy is continuous. It does not end, right? That's how little kids remember past lives. They're like, oh, I was this guy in the 1700s. And the parent is like, that's crazy. Don't say that, little Jimmy. And little Jimmy's like, what are you talking about? Like, I remember, right? It's interesting. It's continuous energy, right? And sometimes, depending on how tough something was in a past life, we will carry the trauma. We will bring it forward into this life. Or we have gone up into the ethers, whatever happens there, and we say, hey, last life, you were my friend and you really made my life a living heck. So this life, I'm going to be the evil twin sister and I'm going to make your life a living heck. Agree? You ready to have some fun? Okay, let's do it, right? So allow it to be what it is. Don't get mad about it. Just understand it. Open your mind to it, right? I'm not talking to you guys because you're already open to it. You're listening to me here. She says, all disease, all unhappiness come from the violation of the law of love. Man's boomerangs, we're boomeranging energy out. Inside of the manifesting club, we boomerang. You guys know why, right? You get it. Man's boomerangs of hate, resentment, and criticism come back laden with sickness and sorrow. Love seems almost a lost art. But the man with the knowledge of spiritual law knows it must be regained, for without it, he has become as sounding brass and tinkling cymbals, whatever that means. So you can say, okay, I decided, by the way, that this is the year I've become a little bit more bold with my speaking, not in a way to be less empathetic or less compassionate, but more sometimes in a way to really like zap you, like, oh my gosh, what did she just say? And it will be mindful and intentional, but it will also just, if it's channeled, it's channeled, and I'm going to let it flow kind of a vibe. I'm not going to put some resistance on myself anymore. And, oh wow, it is like pouring rain all of a sudden. Sorry, I just got super sidetracked. And it's because one major thing, and it's the reason I feel safe to do this, is because I do not judge people. If you've ever read the book, The 4 Agreements, one of them is do not judge people. Stop gossiping about people, stop judging people. I stopped judging people, and I know energy boomerangs. So I'm not worried about people judging me because I don't judge. I'm like, that's your perspective, that's cool. Let's keep it moving. I can agree to disagree on anything, because it's not my job my mind is not your mind, right? So if you are nervous, if you're somebody that's listening and you're like, I want to say this, or I want to go do this, or I want to create XYZ in my life, but fear of judgment is holding me back, I would ask you to sit with yourself today and see where you're judging others. or yourself for that matter. Thank you, Allie, for being a title gifter and lighting up my gift gallery, or others or yourself. And decide, make today the day that you stop judging people. Because when you stop judging people, that energy can't boomerang to you. Do I expect that sometimes people are going to not like me or whatever? Yeah, but there's billions of people on the planet. You think every single one is going to say, I really like that girl, Lindsay? No, I just don't expect that. But I do expect most people are going to be cool with me because I'm not judging anybody. I'm cheering people on. Every single time I'm cheering you on. The fastest way to block your own resistance is to be jealous or hateful or spiteful or judging anyone else. And by the way, I started the show by saying I want more abundance. So if I want more abundance and I'm doing things to resist my abundance, wouldn't I just stop doing those things? Wouldn't I just stop doing those things? Wait, say that again, please. Make today the day you stop judging people. Yeah, that's what I said. I think that's it. Wanted to get to the 11. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate that. Exactly. I'm the people's cheerleader. Yeah, but then cheerlead for yourself too. Don't forget yourself. Numero uno, cheerleader should be for yourself. Because if you cheerlead for yourself, what are you doing? You're thought looping positively. I'm a person who shares my knowledge happily, healthily, easily, compassionately. I'm a person who will help others. I am the person who I am brilliant. At least 10 times a day, I'm like, girl, you're so brilliant. I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I'm so pretty. I say that. I don't care. I'll tell you. I say it. Because if I say it, then I start to believe it, and then I bring myself into a confident state. And then I'm in a loving state. I'm fueling myself with love. Fuel yourself with love. Be your cheerleader, then be everybody else's cheerleader, and now you have an energetic cycle coming, right? Boomeranging. Yes, you're welcome. You got this, Catherine. Not as like a call out, just as like a reminder, right? Okay, you guys, by the way, I just realized I have like a little piece of like skin on my lip. By the way, really quickly, I'm going to say it one more time. We are doing the energetic wave on Mondays and Tuesdays together. We have to manifest too at the end of the show. And if you'd like the energetic wave Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's going to be subscribers only. Subscribers only. So with that being said, my subscription is $4.99 a month, $5. Skip Starbucks one day. Not even. I have not been to Starbucks in like 5 years. Maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe like a couple of years. I went into Starbucks yesterday because I was like, I really just want to get a latte real quick, and I just was like craving it, and Starbucks was the closest coffee shop. I know. I don't support Starbucks anymore, but I did in the past. Anyway, I went in there and it was like $8 for a grande, and I was like, what? Can't even get coffee for $5 anymore, dang. But you can get the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course for $77. You could skip Starbucks for like 8 days or 10 days, and you could get the course. And inside of the course, you could teach yourself how to set your energy so strong to manifest your best reality. And with that being said, if you have $5 to spare, please subscribe to my channel. You can click up here and subscribe. I think it's up here, maybe. Anybody that knows. Become a subscriber. You get VIP status #1. VIP status. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on the energetic wave, we're going to subscriber only. That's going to start next week. It's going to start next week. So you have time to think about it. But it's $4.99 for 1 month. So it's like pennies a day. Okay. Let's get on. Let's start with writing our manifestations out. Manifested 2,000 followers, you guys, in 48 hours. I could believe it, but I was also like, this is awesome. This is amazing. Go on, Lindsay. I was so proud of myself. All right. So if you're new here, I've been manifesting followers because my soul mission is to raise the frequency of the planet. And I believe that one way to raise the frequency of the planet would be to share my knowledge with others. And the more people that I have following me, my assumption is that they're listening to something I'm sharing. And I put serious intention and mindfulness when I share things around, does this help other people? Is this informative, and is this helping them in some way? Now, sometimes people aren't going to like it because I'm actually blowing their minds. Like that happens, you know. When you go from not being awake to awake, your mind has like basically been blown. You're like, oh my gosh. But sometimes we have to like challenge our own ideas. And if we challenge our own ideas, we're able to expand ourselves. But if we just decide this is the belief and we say it over and over again, we create that belief. My dad, life's a bee and then you die. He did it. He believed it and he proved it to himself, right? which, by the way, love my dad, not mad at him or anything. Love him. But it's a very, very, very hits to home physical realization of how powerful the programming that you give your mind is. And by the way, you are the one that programs it. Well, if you're awake, you're the one who programs it. But up until this point, if you've been asleep, the government has programmed it, the news has programmed it, Netflix has been programming it. What the content that they decide to push on certain platforms programs it. Your parents and your teachers, and maybe if you had religion when you were growing up, the religious teachers you had programmed it, right? Because you didn't know any better. You didn't have the discernment back then, but you do now. So now you're the one who programs your mind. So make a choice today to program it to the positive. Make a choice today. All right. So I am manifesting 20 million followers. Joe Rogan. I'm going to be the next Joe Rogan of the female era. Who is like the top? That's a good question. Who is like the top female Joe Rogan? Who's like Joe Rogan's like female counterpart? Does anybody know? VIP Mallory says, I will never forget looking at Avery saying everything we've been taught is a lie. Well, there you have it. Yeah. Well, not everything. I think there's some good things, right? My parents taught me some things that are not a lie, but a lot of it. You have to really, rake through it and decide. Does anybody know if you guys are listening? Whitney Cummings, yeah, I'm not a podcast listener. Like, isn't that weird? I do it, but I'm like, I actually don't view myself as a podcaster, but maybe I am. I don't really know. I view myself as like a live TikToker. I am. Thank you, VIP Deborah. I love that. Cody Graves, welcome to the chat. Whitney Cummings, does she have a huge following like that? I'm gonna research it when we get off this live. Actually, I can just do it now. Let's do it really quickly, and then we're gonna keep writing. For those of you that know what we're doing, we're manifesting, listening per Dr. James Doty, neurosurgeon. Are you interested in joining the Manifesting Club? The doors are open until the 11th. We manifest together on the 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on the 29th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're following the new moon and the full moon and new moon. Who is female podcaster with biggest following, I guess. It's not that I even want to have the biggest following per se. I want to have the most impact, like the most impactful, like one of the most impactful. Similar to Joe Rogan, maybe. Ashley, crime junkie, no. I don't like crime stuff. Two Dudes podcast. 40-ish most powerful people. Let's see what Hollywood Reporter tells me. Okay, that's not going to help me because there's men in there too. Female podcasters similar to Joe Rogan. Kyle Kelsey, the wife of NFL player Jason Kelsey. Oh, I was like, Kelsey. Oh, Tay-Tay is with Travis. I don't really pay any attention, but I'm like, who? It has, I'm beating out Joe Rogan. Okay, Kylie Kelsey. She is the wife of an NFL player. Not Gonna Lie is her podcast. Okay. I don't know what it's about, but okay. Well, anyway, I would like to be one that's like spiritual. Okay, how about that? Spiritual and like life things, energy, right? I love her. Alex Cooper, not a huge fan of Joe. Not huge like Joe, but want to be. Oh, that was when my mind was starting to be blown. Megyn Kelly. Yeah, I don't know. Megyn Kelly. Yeah, okay. All right, anyway, let's do it. I vividly see. So, by the way, you guys, Dr. James Doty, neurosurgeon, says, in an interview with Mel Robbins, he says, step 1, write down your manifestation. Step 2, say it silently to yourself. Read it silently to yourself. Step 3, read it out loud. Step 4, visualize. I add the Lindsay flair. It's the Lindsay show. It's not the Dr. James Doty show. So I'm going to give you what I added into mine so that yours can become powerful as well. More powerful, I think, anyway. I vividly see. So I'm adding in neuro-linguistic programming where I'm tapping into my senses. Why? Because your senses truly do, unless you realize it, your senses are running your physical reality. You sense something, you're taking in through your eyesight, you're taking in through what you hear, whatever. And if you keep only sticking to your 5 senses, you're going to copy and paste your reality. If you allow yourself to meditate, tap into the 4th dimension, tap into the energy of love, into your 3rd eye, get into the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course, learn your energy, you're tapped in a little bit stronger and you don't let your senses dictate your life. But a lot of people, especially people that are sleeping still, they're dictated by their senses, okay? I vividly see, but we're going to use our senses as a tool, not as the ruler of our lives, as a tool. They're a tool, okay? I vividly see 20 million followers. Oh, I went there. 20 million followers or more. There's a point when you're writing this down, if you guys are using quantities, by the way, like I was, there's going to be a point where it feels like shady to not admit what you want. So remember, I started at 50 because it felt good. I felt like I can do 50. And then I went to 75 because it felt good. I can do 75. Then I went to 150. And then it just felt like, if I'm going to say 150, I might as well just say 20 million. You know, I might as well just say it. So there's going to be a point where you might as well just say it. So do that for yourselves. When you hit it, right? Don't do it too prematurely. I vividly see 20 million followers or more on my TikTok page. And I feel so freaking excited. Heck yeah, I do. I'm proud, of course, to share this with my partner. By the way, he'll know this before. He's going to know this. The minute I say it, the minute this hits is when he's, for sure, I'm going to be like, babe, share this with my partner. And I can hear him. So now I've seen, I've felt, and now I can hear him say, and I hear him say how proud he is of me. To keep going, babe. And how I'll be at, I guess, 40 million, because he always doubles it. He doubles it, so I guess I'm going to 40 million. Be at 40 million in no time. All right. So do this for yourself. If you need help writing your manifestation with your senses, tell me what you're manifesting in the comments below and I'll help you write it with your senses. I will do that for you. I willingly give and I graciously receive, right? Proof of that right there. But if you're ready, then read it silently to yourself. I love her. Kylie Kelsey is fun, not spiritual. Okay. Yeah, I don't know I don't know any of the podcasters. That's why I was just curious. Like, but I also have a crush on her husband, Jason. Wit is a comedian, but Daph is awake and bringing awareness to a lot. She makes me LOL hard, but no, for real. Okay, good. She cooked for me. Is that a good sign? I don't know what that means. Ellie says, I have big dreams and goals. Just change my number from 10 to 50 because that's where I want to be. Go on, my friend. Pilates studio. Okay, so Amelia, if you're manifesting a Pilates studio, then you could say something like, I vividly see myself, are you building it? Maybe you're leasing a building. I vividly see myself shaking hands, or actually I vividly see my Pilates studio coming to life with my name on the window or the door or the hours on the door, whatever. Just tap into something that resonates. And I can feel myself shaking hands with the owner of the building as I sign the lease or whatever. I can feel myself instructing my first course, my first session. Pilates session, I think. And not course. And I can hear the people, I can hear the ching ching of the Shopify machine or the calendar or whatever. Like I can hear the door opening ting and closing as my clients come in to the studio, right? Something like that. Tap into the senses, but whatever resonates most for you. Okay, so read it to yourself. I'm going to read mine. And now, oh, read it out loud. Now read it out loud. You're welcome, Amelia. You're welcome. Now read it out loud. I vividly see 20 million followers or more on my TikTok page, and I feel so excited and proud to share this with my partner. And I hear him say how proud he is of me, to keep going, babe, and how I'll be at 40 million in no time. That sounds wild to say. He's amazing. I get paid. Ooh, that's a part that I don't want to share quite yet. But I guess you got a sneak peek of it. Ellie says, I have multiple parts I'm manifesting that make up a huge vision picture of what I want. Yeah, that's normal. This is just what I'm manifesting with you guys, but I'm manifesting all day. I'm manifesting about my health. I'm manifesting about my prosperity, my joy, my fulfillment. My business, the followers is a small part of my business, right? But my business. But pick something. Now, Dr. James Doty says you can, I have an itch in my ear. He says you can put your hands in prayer to your heart. I say, because I know how the chakra system works and I know how my energy works, my energy, how does your energy work? Do you know? Have you figured it out? I like to get my hand chakras going, just feel the energy, pour some love into it, right? Like, aren't you so grateful you can rub your hands together like this and activate your hand chakras? I am. Like, put some love into it. We are alive, you guys. We are alive in some of the coolest times ever because people are honoring the fact that we're energy, because we're learning that we know we can actually create our reality. We have so much knowledge. Like, that is amazing. It's amazing. All right. I put my hands on my heart chakra and I breathe, I close my eyes and I breathe into the heart chakra. I visualize my breath. I know it's coming through my nose, by the way. I'm not that delulu, but I feel and I experience it coming through my heart. And I breathe in and I open the heart chakra like a flower. I feel like my heart is blooming. And on the exhale through the nose, I let the breath out of the heart and I let it kind of close down like a flower, kind of just shutting down for the night, going to sleep. And I breathe in and I let the energy come through my heart chakra and I close it. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. We're activating our manifesting power. But remember, the heart chakra is one chakra of 7 in a system. And what happens when there's one part of a system that works but all 6 don't? It doesn't work. It's not really working, right? So we want every single chakra to be nice and balanced, you guys. Learn your energy, please. I'm begging of you. And by the way, I'll continue to learn my energy and I will continue to prove to you how powerful your energy is by proving out my own life. And I think eventually what will happen is people will say, holy cow, she's proving it because she's doing it, because I'm somebody who will walk my talk. I'm not just saying shit to say it. I'm actually doing it because I want to create my best reality. And so if you are struggling right now and saying, I want to buy that course, but I don't really think it will help me. I want to understand my astrology, but I don't really know how that would matter for me. Then I would say, then fine, hang out with me a little bit longer. Let me prove it to you. No problem. I'll do it. And now we think of this visualization. We experience it. We just wrote it for ourselves. So now we see and we hear and maybe we smell and whatever other things you wrote down. But we're not watching the movie on the screen. Oh, no, no. You're not watching a movie of your life. You are creating it. So you have to act in it. Oh, you have to be the actress, actor, whatever, actor person. And so what would you do? What are you experiencing when this happens? Something like calling up a friend on a phone. You could, like, so for you, Amelia, I think your name was, you're walking into your yoga studio or your Pilates studio, right? Or you could be like, mom, dad, best friend, Lindsay, whoever you want to call. You can call me if you need somebody in your life to call. Oh my gosh, I freaking did it. I did this. I opened up my studio. What are you doing? Are you excited? Are you walking in? For me, I have my little doggy in my arms. If your eyes are open, you see that I'm holding my little doggy. This is how I hold her. Put my hands between her little legs so she can't get out. She's little. She can't jump out. And I'm opening the door and I'm like, hey babe, kiss. Little doggy, squirming, wants to kiss her daddy when he comes home from work. We walk over to the sofa together and I set her down and we sit down and he's like, I asked him how his day was. How's your day? He doesn't really like to talk about work too much. He's working all day. He doesn't like to talk about it. I love to talk about what I'm doing all day because it's so fueled by what I'm doing all day. And then he's like, how was your day, babe? And I'm like, oh my freaking gosh. Excuse me. I hand him my phone. I just hand him over my phone and I just am like sitting there in anticipation. And he's like, holy, probably says shit. He probably says that. We try not to swear too much, but holy shit. You did it. Oh my gosh, babe. Like, this is amazing. And he's just like, I think at this point with 20 million, he's like, holy cow. Like, he knows I could do it, but this is not like a, wow. This is like a, oh my gosh, I'm kind of speechless type of vibe. And I'm just sitting there like, ah. And that is it. That is what you do. Be the actress in your life. Play it out. All right. How are you guys feeling? How is everybody doing? Are you ready to join the Manifesting Club with me? Are you ready to spend some time with me some way, somehow? Are you ready to learn your energy in 2025? We are spiritual beings. First and foremost, we are energy. Everything is energy. And so if you learn the foundations, if you speak energy like I do, you will win at life. You will win at life. So start speaking it as well, you guys. Don't just listen to me every day. I would recommend don't just listen to me every day. I would recommend that when you experience something, ask, what is this situation? What is speaking to me? What am I meant to be understanding, grasping, integrating with this experience? I had an old angel number that came back into my life just recently. It's come back recently. Had it for a long time, a few years ago, and now it's back. And every day I see this number at least twice. And I just think to myself, we're about to pop off. We're about to pop off. I know what this number means. What is it saying to you? What are people saying to you? When somebody says, I'm fine, are they actually fine? Are they just like, I don't want to talk, so I'm going to say I'm fine? Or are they like begging you to ask another question? Are you sure? Do you want to talk? You want to talk it out? I'm here for you if you need somebody. What is the story of the energy? Right? What are you manifesting? What are you creating? Are you willing to admit what you want? What you really want? Do you want to be an average person? If you do, then that's good. Maybe average is better than where you're at now, but maybe you want to be spectacular. Maybe you want to be the best. Maybe you want to be an expert. You want to be extraordinary. What do you want? Admit it. It's okay to admit it. You don't have to tell anybody else. You can just admit it to yourself. Fine with me. Ellie says, I just realized when I shut this part of my life off, I stopped seeing angel numbers. Well, yeah, you cut yourself off from your guidance, right? Really quickly, you guys, before we get onto the energetic wave, by the way, next week we're starting energetic wave is for free Mondays and Tuesdays, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the energetic wave is a subscriber only portion of the show where we end the show together, only subscribers. So please subscribe to my channel. Really, I'm asking because it helps me continue this. It's an hour of my life and I want an energetic exchange. I'm willing to admit that. I do want an energetic exchange for it, okay? So please consider supporting that if you're interested. And realize that when you ignore your signs and synchronicities out of fear, out of you think, and by the way, Ali, this is not directed towards you, this is just a generalization, but if you ignore them out of certain things like fear, you can't do it, you're not enough, it's not time, it's not the right time, some people, one person told me one time that she thought she was smarter than the confirmation she was receiving. And I was like, that is so wild to say. When you do that, you will eventually cut it off. It's like if you had a friend that you just never communicated with, eventually you're going to drift apart, right? So to keep the communication going, it's a really important that you implement the guidance. It really is. Yeah. All right, let's get on the energetic wave together. If you're new here, you don't know what's going on, we're about to set ourselves into a very high vibrational frequency together. And if you were to fall off the wave or you maybe hit some sort of obstacle, which is just an opportunity, but if you want to call it an obstacle, you can. Along the way, you can get back onto the energetic wave. So close your eyes, deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Push your belly against your pants, sip in a little bit more of a breath, a little bit more, and let it out. Deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go. Good. We're resetting our energy. What a beautiful conversation. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Deep breath in. Letting it go. I would ask you to go subscribe to my YouTube channel at I Am Lindsay with Love. Number one, it keeps you connected to me on another platform. And number two, I'm going to start doing some vlogs over there. A week in the life of kind of spiritual business type energy, what I do each week, how I'm moving in my day-to-day life, and what I've accomplished. I'm about to embark upon a bigger and more, I think, open and connected part of my journey. I expect my spiritual awakening to kind of go through like another layer of awakening in the next few months, I would say through the next year. And I'd like to bring you on this journey with me so you can experience what I'm experiencing secondhand and perhaps be inspired to go on this journey for yourself to see how beautiful it could really turn out for you. Thinking of that thing that you are ready to truly let go of, or perhaps to truly decide upon, truly admit to yourself, maybe the thing you've been manifesting. Maybe you're going to make a decision today to finally join the Cosmic Collective, to finally join the Manifesting Club, to finally get your energy read through a birth chart report reading from me, or maybe a fast money report, something along those lines. Whatever you're deciding, just decide it already. By the way, not deciding and not admitting it to yourself what you really want blocks creates resistance and blocks it from flowing to you. Just decide it. It's okay. You want what you want. It's your life anyway. Thinking of that thing, that feeling, that thought, that idea, whatever it is, You know, the words you speak have power, let me remind you. So saying these words with conviction from your solar plexus chakra, which is in charge of your confidence and personal power, and with intention and love from your heart chakra, which is where your manifesting energy truly lives. I am strong, and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. You're happy that you're manifesting your best reality. And quite frankly, I would be very happy if I were you, because most people are not practicing this information or even interested in learning it. And they're truly missing out on the most beautiful part of life. So be proud of yourself and happy for yourself. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong, and I can do this. Smiling big, showing me your teethers. When you smile, you're putting yourself into a higher vibrational frequency. It's so simple, you guys. Smile. Show your teethers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. And now you're thinking of that thing, that feeling, that visualization, that thought, whatever you just acted out perhaps, and you're breathing in and you're pulling this energy up the chakra system, up the back of the spine, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, out of the crown, the top of the head. So God, Source, Universe, Creator can understand fully what it is that God, Source, Universe, Creator is helping you co-create. And on the exhale, you're bringing the energy down the chakra system, down the back of the spine, letting it just flow down to your lower back, to the base of your spine, where you're cementing it in a clockwise fashion to this physical reality. Good. Deep breath in one more time, pulling the vision, the thought, the feeling up the chakra system, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, out of the crown. And on the exhale, you're bringing it down the chakra system, where you are cementing it in to your physical reality. I am strong, and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. You are on the energetic wave, my friends. That first clap was kind of crap, so here I am clapping twice for you. You are on the energetic wave. Reminder, starting next week, Monday, Tuesday, the Manifesting an Energetic Wave is going to be free, 50 free. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you are a subscriber of mine, we're going to go to a subscribers only view, and we are going to manifest together and get on the energetic wave together. So think about subscribing and supporting my channel for only $4.99 a month. I'd be very appreciative of that. And if you want to be in more close energetic proximity to me, if you want to be closer to my energy, join the Cosmic Collective. We have a daily Discord happening there. The monthly lesson will be posted today, you guys. For those inside the Cosmic Collective, the monthly lesson is posted today. And if you want me to teach you about your energy, join the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. If you want to take it to the next level and actually help people heal themselves, then you should join the Reiki Master Energy Healing Certification course. Have a great day, you guys. VIP Deborah says, have a great day. You as well. Yay, Ali says, Mel, have a great day. Love you too, my friend. Thanks for being here, you guys. Happy Monday. Live your best lives today. Decide for yourself you want something and go after it. See you guys tomorrow.